In this video, we go birding in Pasadena, California to find California's wild parrots in the thousands. We discuss how the parrots got here, as well as some of the controversy surrounding the parrots' existence in the first place. So, come with me on this journey and let's see what birds we can find. We headed down the hill from the high desert of California and arrived at Jajamongna Watershed Park for some evening birding. Our mission? Find California's wild parrots. What's up everybody, back with another video today. And today we're actually here in Southern California looking for exotic wild parrots. If you didn't know, because of the pet trade, a lot of parrots have escaped and established populations. And I actually see some flying across the sky right now, not sure what species they are. They've established these massive populations, thousands and thousands of parrots of a variety of different species, up to 25 different species. We've found the red-crowned Amazons and the lilac-crowned Amazons in the past, about 2 years ago. But we're back here looking for some other species, including the red-crowned Amazons. We're here in Pasadena, California at Jajamongna Watershed Park. Let's see what we can find here, and then as the sun goes down, we're gonna head to their roost, where I think it's pretty much a guarantee that we're gonna see thousands of them. So come with me on this journey and let's find these awesome wild parrots. So I did see a big flock of parrots actually flying on the other side of this ravine over here, and it looks like they were heading in the direction of the roost. So we're gonna go there in a little bit. I would love to find a parrot, just any species, on my own while they're foraging throughout the day, because it's really easy to find them when they're in their roosts. To start off the day, we did see some lesser goldfinches over here foraging in the bushes. Those are absolutely beautiful birds, bright yellow. These ones have the dark cap. I can't remember which subspecies that is, but really cool to see those birds. I'm hearing some northern flickers as well. We're gonna continue down this trail. We have about 20 minutes here at this park before we head to the roost to see the spectacle that is the parrots. So let's see what we can find before then real quick. Picked up a few California specialties, or at least birds that you can really find well in California. The first one, the California scrub jay. You can actually find it all along the West Coast. It goes all the way up to Oregon as well, but everything's named after California. And then also picked up a black phoebe, which is a southwestern specialty. You can find them on the southern end of Utah as well. Little flycatcher species. Those are really, really cool birds. The contrast, black on top, white on the bottom. And then we also found bush tit. Now this is not a bird that I get on camera very often because they're so tiny, but there were some hanging out here and I was patient, waited for them. They came right in and they started foraging right in front of me. Absolutely gorgeous birds to watch. And I'm having a lot of fun. Again, only have about 10 minutes left. 10 minutes left to see a couple more species before we head over to the big spectacle, which is the parrot roost. So let's see what other birds we can find. If you visit Southern California and you're looking for the parrots or any of the exotic introduced species, you might hear some screeching parrot noises, but they're almost always, in my experience, acorn woodpeckers, unless you've actually found the parrots. And that's what this little guy is, making all these parrot noises up above me. Acorn woodpeckers are really, really cool. They'll cache food in trees, stuffing that food into holes, and they also have a cool little facial pattern that makes them look like a clown a little bit. I don't love clowns, but I love acorn woodpeckers. So another awesome bird to add to our list for the day. We almost got to get back now. We've got 3 minutes, so unless I see something interesting, I'll see you at the parrot roost. As the sun continued to sink on the horizon, a few more birds appeared, including this yellow-rumped warbler and an acorn woodpecker. Hundreds of American crows flew overhead to arrive at their nighttime roost. If you don't believe me about the acorn woodpecker, check out this clip I just got of one over in this tree. Hopefully you can hear it over my breathing. I really need a directional mic so that you don't pick up my concentration breathing in the background. If you'd like to donate materials to the channel, you can check out the link in my description below. All that stuff is to make the channel better. So thank you, let's get back to the video. We finished up at the park and it was time to head over to Pasadena City Hall where the parrots were roosting. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I vlogged this entire thing, but the audio is absolutely unusable. And here's why. The main species of parrots were red-crowned Amazons, and there were over 1,000 of them present. But they weren't the only species there. A bird I had never seen before perched atop one of the trees. My lifer yellow-headed Amazon looked down at me. This bird was absolutely beautiful with its lemon-lime plumage. In this shot of the yellow-headed Amazon, you can also see a lilac-crowned Amazon perched near the front of the image and blurred out. It was awesome to see these 3 species of parrot. Now don't worry if you're raging about my enthusiasm regarding parrots, I'm gonna get into that in just a minute. I got even better views of the yellow-headed Amazons perched right in front of the City Hall building. They seem to avoid the red-crowned Amazons whenever possible, finding their own trees of refuge. The scene was absolutely chaotic, with screeching calls filling the air all around me. So how did the parrots arrive in California? What a lot of you probably know is that these birds aren't native to the United States, and the US is now home to a variety of introduced parrot species. Over 50 species have been spotted across the United States, and 25 has successfully bred in the States. There's a variety of reasons why the parrots are here now, but many of these populations started in the mid-1900s from escaped birds and released pets. From there, other escapees began to join forces, creating small flocks, and have now bred to thousands in number. The USDA does not consider these birds officially to be invasive due to the lack of evidence available. However, this does not mean that they don't negatively impact native species. That being said, I'm not going to speak about this here as the evidence available is minimal and I don't want to speculate too much, but just understand 2 things. I do not condone or promote the release of exotic birds or non-native species in any manner. Doing so is playing with ecological fire and a possible collapse. Number 2, I won't vilify the parrots. Their presence is our fault as humans, and they've also done wonders for people growing to appreciate birds in the area. And while it's important to understand their impacts, hating the bird, in my opinion, is counterproductive and really unhelpful. You can both recognize and introduce creatures' impact on the ecosystem while also recognizing it as a sentient being and appreciating the spectacle that it is. So yeah, non-native species definitely have to be addressed and solutions have to be discussed. But if you hate the creature along the way, then all of our energy is going to be channeled into impractical rhetoric, rather than more productive discussions regarding how to actually address the situation. Also, if you're curious why I even have to talk about this right now, check out the abundance of comments on my recent parrot video on the Learn channel, where all I was doing was talking about the parrot's presence within the United States. But let's get back to the video. As the sun disappeared, I couldn't help but reflect. Hundreds of non-birders observed the parrots in awe. Many asked me questions about their existence and even asked me places where they could go find some of California's native birds as well. The parrots might be controversial, but one thing is for certain, they've been here for over 50 years at this point, and they aren't going anywhere anytime soon. They're part of the environment for now, and while they aren't native to the United States, they are still an absolute spectacle to see, filling the California skies. What's up, everybody? I just finished up going out and looking at the parrots and just enjoying, 1, finding a new lifer species, but 2, just seeing the hundreds of people that were gathered there watching the parrots fill up the sky, birders and non-birders alike. It was really, really awesome to see. Now, I mentioned that there was a lot of people that were pretty angry in my comments on my last parrot video, and really that parrot video was just an informational video about the parrots and where they are currently living. And I see this a lot with other things as well. There's people that absolutely hate barred owls. And I posted a video where I went to Oregon and I filmed barred owls, and some people were very upset in the comments. Why would you film this disgusting bird? This bird's killing the native species. I totally understand that non-native species can have a negative impact on our ecosystems. I don't think anyone's arguing that point. I'm certainly not, and I don't think anything in my video has suggested that, but I reiterate my comment about vilifying the bird itself. There are ways that we can go about having conversations about non-native species and their impacts on the environment without absolutely, making a villain out of barred owls, for example. A barred owl is just being a barred owl. They're not doing anything intentional. And the fact that humans are the reason that a lot of these species are here in the first place, and we're gonna go and try to put all this anger towards the bird itself really misses the point in my opinion. So I think there has to be a balance there. You can still appreciate something's beauty and its spectacle and its existence and its sentience without disregarding the fact that this might be having a negative impact on the environment. If anything, this will teach us to be more careful in the future. Barred owls could very well be culled by the thousands in the near future. And if we hate the barred owl and cull it, we won't learn a lesson. But if we love the barred owl and we have to get rid of it, that's going to have more of an impact on us to make sure that we don't make the same mistakes in the future. And I think that should apply to every single bird that's been humanly placed in the environment, including the parrots. If we learn to hate it and then have to get rid of it, we're not gonna learn our lesson. So hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you enjoyed seeing the parrots. I appreciate you all watching. Make sure you check out Broadhead Birding Learn over on the other channel to see all the awesome informational content where you can learn more about birds. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey. I hope to see you all next time on Broadhead Birding.